Welcome back to Mike's Gun World. Okay, today we got a problem with my wife's daily carry. She's got an HK P30 B3, 9mm. It's an absolutely fantastic gun, but the problem we're having, I believe, is a recoil spring that's a little bit too tight. So when she's firing the gun, typically about every other or every third shell actually gets stuck in the extractor, and they don't stovepipe. I mean, they're literally getting stuck, just popping up a little bit. It doesn't happen when I shoot, and I can't really for the life of me figure it out because I'm watching her hands, I'm watching her wrists. She's a little bit shorter than me. She's 5'1", about $110, and maybe her wrists are just giving enough and that spring is just tight enough. Not really sure. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut down the recoil spring today. So let's get this, let's get the slide stop out. And you know, H&K did a really nice job with this bushing. It's a very soft shooting gun. She loves it. I love shooting it. But that ejection problem is just too much. We're going to have to correct it. So I don't want to play around with the original. I ordered a brand new one. From HK, and we're going to modify that. We're going to cut a couple coils off, and let's see how it works. Let's get to it. All right, so it's not a coil spring, it's a flat spring. And what I want to do is I just want to take one coil out of here. I'm going to get my Dremel and I'm going to cut right here. And then we'll heat the spring, just this last end of the spring up right here. And what we're going to do is then flatten it back up to, or flatten it back down to factory spec like you see here. So let me get my Dremel, let me get that cut, and my torch. We'll heat it up and see if that's enough to lighten that recoil. So on my wife's shooting, the shells will come out properly. Okay, so I would highly recommend having glasses on or safety glasses as you cut it. I don't know, it went shooting around the shop somewhere. I have no idea where. I don't have a flat piece of metal out here, but I do have the locking mechanism from one of my gates, which will work just fine. So let's get our torch going. We're going to heat up just this last coil right here. Get it nice and red, and then push it down on the metal, and we're going to try to flatten that out so it's more like factory. And we're just about there. That should do it. There we go. Now we got both ends flat, just like it is from the factory. We've taken, I wish I could find it. I don't know where it went. It went shooting as I cut it. It went shooting around the shop as I cut it. But let's get this installed in the HK, and let's take it out for a test run and see if we did any good. All right, so we're out on the range, and we are going to test the HK and see if cutting that couple of coils off the recoil helps the ejection problem for Diane. So let's get her loaded up and get Diane ready, and let's test it out. All right, we got 10 rounds in there. Let's see what happens. I think that was beautiful. Yep, that is 10 rounds. 10 rounds, and every single one ejected correctly to the 4 o'clock position and ejected about 10 feet out. So cutting those 2 coils off absolutely did it. Hey, if you're liking the channel, please hit like, subscribe, leave some comments down below, share. We're a new channel. All the support we can get, we appreciate. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.